Like, share, subscribe, dislike, all that other good shit, just the kitchen blog. Listen, man. The UFC booking is insulting wrestling fans' intelligence. Okay? It's not helping. It's not making anything better. It's decreasing. It's making wrestling look more like a joke when already people think it's a joke. Right? And the wrestling fans understand that this is fake. We accept it. We like it because it's fake. We like it because it has characters you could probably relate to. Funny characters, entertaining characters, gimmicks that you won't see anywhere else. It's a theater. It's a circus. The fact wrestling today is completely forgetting what makes this shit fun, and you're trying to make it something it can never be, is insulting our intelligence as wrestling fans. If you're a new wrestling fan, you probably think this shit is the coolest shit, and that's okay. But I'm telling you, it's a downfall coming. The downfall is already happening. It's already been televised for the last couple of years. I'd say the last 15, 20 years, the downfall has been televised pretty well. Because they for years been trying to make wrestling legit and make it seem like this is a sport, and it's not. You have real athletes, yes you do, but you don't have the sport qualities to make it a real sport. This is predetermined. Stop insulting our intelligence. Stop making yourself look stupid. You're doing nothing but making yourself look dumb with this shit. We're going to have a sport-oriented. This is explaining why, definitely WWE in a sense, that Triple H took on this moniker, this ideal, to make the ideology of wrestling in his vision where it's sport-like. Just like he did Black and Gold. That's why Black and Gold was a failure. He forgot it was development. He tried to make it a brand. But now he's running the real brand and he's forgetting that this is wrestling. He's trying to make it a sport and he's doing nothing but hurting the product. If I'm lying, then how is 3 million views worldwide is the norm instead of 5 to 6 million worldwide? This is the WWE that has a reputation of 40 plus years of entertaining generations after generations. And worldwide, this is many people is interested worldwide. So take away the rest of the countries that's watching this. This might be only getting 1.9 maybe. Take away all the rest. This might be getting one. And this is why when they was on USA, they was getting 1 point something. Breaking record lows of viewership. If for anybody says viewership doesn't matter, viewership shows you how much interest it is. If McDonald's doesn't have billions of people serving worldwide and they decrease by billions, the interest means the interest is going down. McDonald's is losing money instead of making more money. So views mean a lot. But yes, WWE's already safe. They already got their distribution deals, their package deals. They got all that, but the interest is not helping. And this is the direction of the WWE and wrestling in general, including AEW, all of it. This is why the interest is going down, down, down. WWE's the only thing that's holding up the interest because of the reputation it has. But if it keeps going this way in the next 20 years, don't be surprised if WWE's hitting 800K one day. Like AEW, 600K. Because this shit just becomes unbearable. Because you are taking away the fiber of what makes this actually fun. The entertainment. There's nothing entertaining. There's little sparkles. But what made wrestling entertaining is not happening today. We have no Undertakers coming. We have no Mick Foleys, The Rock, Stone Colds, John Cena's. We have none of those types of characters in the making. Everybody today we got this ideal of the best wrestler. Well, I hate to be the bearer of bad news. There's literally no such thing as the best wrestler. There is a such thing as the best boxer. There is a such thing as the best fighter, MMA, jiu-jitsu, kickboxer, best wrestler. I'm talking about amateur wrestler, the collegiate wrestlers, the cauliflower type motherfuckers that really can fold your ass up. These guys won real championships competing in real debates, not baits, but you get what I'm saying, real battles to determine if my skills was better than yours. Did my coaches teach me better than your coaches? It's all subjective who you think the best fighter, but there is a such thing as the best fighter. The guy that's pretty much undefeated, the girl that's undefeated, whether you like it or not, they're pretty much the best at this point. No one has figured out their defense or their offense. Whether you like it or not, Mayweather is considered that of this generation. And there's many others. Even if you've been defeated, that don't really particularly mean that don't mean you're not one of the greatest. Ali is easily one of the greatest. He's been defeated before. You get what I'm saying? But he didn't earn that because it was timing and you were cooperating with each other. Wrestling is timing and cooperating with each other. It's putting on a fucking show. So this idea that wrestling is a sport is insulting our intelligence. You make us look like the laughing stocks. Once upon a time, wrestling was so pop culture. It was in schools. It was regular to talk about wrestling, to see people in wrestling shirts doing the signs, doing the DX, NWO signs. I remember in school, you had people in school talk about, we team DX, y'all team NWO, and everybody used to fight and play wrestling, fight. We used to go around with wrestling titles and wrestle each other in the hood, bro. When you doing that in the hood and just regular places, you pop culture at this point, bro. That shit don't even exist no more, bro. I remember that like it was yesterday, because I was a kid when Stone Cold and when the Attitude Era was like just ending, really. But I was a kid. I was like, what, 5, 6, 7 years old when the Attitude Era was at its peak, and I remember this shit. You know what I'm saying? It was regular to hear about Stone Cold in school and X-Pac or whoever. It was regular shit. Now that's like a hidden agenda. That's like a secret note. That's like a foreign language now. People will probably look at you like, you a wrestling fan? Really? It'll give you a cringeness. Not that I'm ashamed. I'm a wrestling fan. I don't give a fuck. But I'm just saying, it would give you a cringe look. Like, what? You really watch that shit? And you can't really blame them because there's nothing entertaining anymore. Even these people that would say that, they would say the first thing that would come to their mind, oh, Stone Cold, Hulk Hogan, Rock. Because look how entertaining those characters were. They were larger than life characters, larger than life figures. They crossed over to pop culture. You get what I'm saying? They were entertainers. There's no such thing as the best wrestler, bro. It's fun to say who's the best wrestler, but there's actually no such thing. We took this work shit a little too deep. Wrestling is taking this work shit a little too deep. They are forgetting that this is a play. This is a circus. This is a circus. You are supposed to display acts for everybody, for every type of viewer. This is why Vince McMahon made so much money, because he displayed acts. He displayed stages for every type of viewer. Triple H is sabotaging all this shit. Tony Khan is sabotaging all this shit with this work rate bullshit. And I'm a fan of it, but I'm being objective when it's just facts. This work rate bullshit is destroying wrestling when that's the focal point. It should never be the focal point. It never has worked. You could have great athletes, but this ushers in so much bland, plain-ass wrestlers because it's all about the work rate now. And Triple H with his last releases, Tony Khan with his nonchalant booking, and asinine booking with good talents that's actually entertaining. All these shit is just fucking up everything. People that actually possess the skill to be entertainers are the least factors today. That's the problem. You're putting up this ideal that this is a sport and they're athletic. That's why all the shows in WWE, they got the guys and girls coming to the shows and with their badges and all this other shit. That'd be cool if that was one or two people's character. That's everybody's character. Dude, this is not boxing, bro. Then you want in the UFC. Now you got press conferences every fucking show. Tony Khan and WWE, they got press conferences every show. Dude, make that rare at least if you're gonna do it. I don't really mind it, but every pay-per-view, y'all gotta have a press conference for what? You're not talking about nothing. We're talking about a made-up. Oh my god, we're talking about a made-up combat theater meets the circus sport type of entertainment, bro. This is an entertainment business. This is a character-driven business, a gimmick-driven business. Have you heard of Mr. McMahon? You know why he's so over? He was entertaining as hell. Triple H, as a character, a wrestler, he was entertaining. I don't understand how Triple H don't understand that this shit is not working. This is not long-term good. This is not a long-term good deal. It's not. You think Netflix gave a fuck about good matches? Netflix said, "Oh, Stone Cold Rock." They're looking at all the holds you guys got, all the shareholding, all the distribution, all the deals that come with the WWE. They don't give a fuck about people having 5-star matches. There's no such thing as it. And for Triple H, been in the game for 30-something plus years and don't understand this, you've been under the guidance of Vince McMahon for all them years, and you, out of all people, don't understand this. And that's probably why it's got to be some creative differences going on with The Rock. Why The Rock ain't part of the WrestleMania. Why Stone Cold ain't showed up to be a part of none of this stupid shit. Because this ain't wrestling anymore. You're turning this into a fucking joke more than what it already was. See, wrestling was a joke, but we accept it. It was fun. My mom used to like wrestling. She used to think Stone Cold and Shawn Michaels was cute. My mom used to like it. My sister even used to like it. Because it was larger-than-life characters. Nobody gives a fuck Shawn Michaels could put on a 5-star match. Because there's no such thing as it. In legit... In real wrestling terms, there's no such thing as it. Why is the WWE and AEW possessed by it with Dave Meltzer's idiotic ideology? You're doing all these bumps in it for what? And like I said, I don't mind it. But when that's the vocal point, that's a problem. And as a wrestling fan, it's extremely frustrating. This UFC style of booking in wrestling today is killing it. It's not helping it. You're not the UFC. You're not. Having sport-like ideals is okay. But when the whole narrative is UFC, boxing, and you are doing nothing but moonwalking, bro. You're not going any further, bro. You're moonwalking. This is not helping. If I'm lying, then why the viewership is down with professional wrestling at record lows? But back in the day, in the Attitude Era, even the Ruthless Aggression Era, they were at, compared to today, all-time highs, especially the Attitude Era. The Golden Era were at all-time highs because they didn't forget what it was. They didn't try to present this like this is a real fucking sport. Vince McMahon even came out and told you, yo, this is not real. Chill out. Those 70s and 60s, those days, that's why those days were boring as fuck. That's why. This is not real, bro. None of this is real. This is an entertainment sport-like conduct with theoretic characters larger than life. We want to create superstars. We're not, ain't no such thing as the best fucking wrestler. It's not. Look at all the quote-unquote best wrestlers. Do any of them match up to a John Cena, Stone Cold, Rock, Hogan? Exactly my fucking point. So what is, you get what I'm saying? Does it matter if Daniel Bryan can put on the best matches in real life? No, it doesn't. And Daniel Bryan, I'm a big fan. But dude, he would never. This is why he's never been and never will be a bigger star than The Rock or John Cena. That's why no one of this generation will be bigger than those guys if you don't get back to what made this shit wrestling. Sports entertainment. This sport-like conduct bullshit This sport concept of wrestling is insulting our intelligence. It is making irrational decisions. How is DIY champions, but Omos, a freak show in Omos, is not even on TV? You can't even put those two together and make that make sense. Vince McMahon would laugh at this shit. Vince McMahon be like, are you fucking serious? Why is Omos not on TV, but you think DIY is more entertaining and engaging than Omos? When Omos don't have to say anything, he can just show up on TV and people will look. But when you look at DIY, you would be like, they're wrestlers? That's 85% of the wrestlers today. You like, those guys are wrestlers? Then you go back to the 90s and the 80s and the early 2000s, they all look like fucking wrestlers. Whoever was bland and looked at like a regular old Samoa Joe guy, not Samoa Joe, that's my guy, but still, even if you did look like Joe at that time, 9 times out of 10, you was a jobber. If you didn't have a personality, like 90% of people today do not have a personality, you was a jobber where you belong. Not as a champion and being forced down our throats. You think Zoe Stark had more upside than Sonya Deville, than Giovanni Giovinci? Zoe Stark, literally, all she does is get in the ring and she's athletic. That's enough to be a star today? You see the problem? But Giovanni at least actually showed some character, and he's athletic, and he's in shape. But you keep fucking Zoe Stark. I can't, you can't even make this sound right. You keep Zoe Stark. You keep Shayna Baszler over Baron Corbin. You can't even make this sound right, bro. You can't. This is insulting our intelligence, man. And that's why wrestling is so irrational. The in-ring psychology, all that shit is dead. Kayfabe is dead. And kayfabe dying is the beginning of the end. You better bring it back. It's not too late. Wrestling still has kayfabe, but it's the new kayfabe, this sport kayfabe. No, bro. No, it's not working. It's not working. Go check out the viewership of wrestling in general if you think I'm lying then. If I'm lying, I'm just talking on my ass, then why the viewership of professional wrestling is at its lowest it's ever been, breaking records. Every year they're going to continue to break records. Raw will be at 900K, 800K in the next few years if they keep up this bullshit. Like, share, subscribe, dislike, all the good shit. Part 2, we might have to do part 2 because there's so much more I could say. We out.